guessed it, I'm making Kalounji for dinner. So I'm gonna prepare the shrimps curry, and I love it with a lot of tomatoes, but I'm gonna cook it down like real dry. That way I could stuff it inside the karayla and then saute it in the coconut milk. If you guys are using tomatoes, make sure you get the organic ones because you don't want additional pesticides or contaminants on tomatoes, and they are often sprayed with a lot of pesticides, and even better if you could grow them yourself in your garden. I did a quick pot change because I ended up with a lot more tomatoes than I expected, but I'm gonna let this cook down, and once it does, I'm gonna start adding the shrimp. Tomatoes are starting to soften. I'm just gonna add the shrimp in now, that way it could cook. And I'm one of those people who like my shrimp well done. I know you're not supposed to overcook it, but for the kalounji, I like it a little bit more on the cooked side because it's gonna saute in the coconut sauce anyway. A little bit of it's gonna get inside the kalounji, so I don't mind my shrimp a little bit on the well done side. And this is the pink shrimp from Key West, from Florida. I prefer this one from the brown one, or the Gulf shrimp, because it doesn't have that taste, that fishy aftertaste. And whenever you get shrimp, also make sure you don't get the farm raised, that it's wild caught. Okay. Whatever's extra, I'm just gonna have for curry, so this will be good. Let me just let it simmer. And back soon. Part 2 now of making our kalounji. I had to take a pause and do this into like 2 days because, you know, things came up, so I wasn't able to like complete all of this in one process. But I made the shrimps curry. I made it dry, that way I can stuff it inside the karayla. So now day 2, I'm gonna prep the karayla and stuff it with the shrimp mixture and then saute it. Then after that's done, I'm gonna put it inside of a coconut milk to steam with it and let it just absorb all the flavor. So I'm gonna use this kind of karayla when I'm gonna make my kalounji. I don't know what variety this is, but I always call it the smooth karayla. And you guys know I love my karayla, and I don't mind when it's bitter, but this makes it a little bit more subtle, so it's not as bitter. But you could use the really bumpy, you know, spiny ones, but I always use the smoother ones when I make kalounji. Okay, let me show you how I like setting up the karayla when I stuff it. And I just split it in half. That way one side is sealed and just one end is open. And then I'm gonna scoop out the insides, stuff it with the shrimp, and then lightly saute it. That way it doesn't, that way when you're sauteing it, it doesn't spill out and get everywhere and get like really messy. So I don't like cutting it on both ends, at least that way most of the stuffing will stay inside. Almost finishing up. Now all I have to do is stuff the shrimp inside of the karayla, and you could saute this first That way it doesn't get messy and it spills out, or that way you could just, you know, take care of the cruella itself. But I'm just kind of in a rush, so I'm just gonna stuff it with the shrimp and just be careful not to let it come outside when I'm frying it. And if a little bit does come out, you know, no worries, you'll just clean it up and I'll add more flavor to the sauce. Some people cut it like long ways and make a slit and then use like kitchen twine to also tie it together, but that's fine. Just do it whatever way you feel will be most comfortable for yourself, to make it easy on yourself. So there's about 4 shrimp in here, and this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna finish up the rest. And another thing is when you use the fatter cruellas like this, you have it a little bit easier when you're stuffing it. So you have more room to get more inside, because the spiny ones are a little bit smaller. This one had a lot more, about 7. And then just clean up the top, and there you go. I'm gonna saute them now. And you want to get a nice little char on the outside, but not to like overly cook it. One of the boys said it looks like sushi, like if I would cut it, it would look like Indian sushi. So this is what it looks like before I turn it. Look who's helping me behind the scenes. I guess somebody wants credit too. So I'm letting the other side cook now. This is the Kalounji after I sauteed it. Now it's time to go inside the coconut milk. The fresh option will be best, but I'm gonna have to use the canned coconut milk. If you are gonna use a canned coconut milk, make sure it doesn't have any additives or preservatives or any thickening agents in here. And this is one of my favorite brands, and I get it from Whole Foods.